Welcome back to Tomahawk Fab Works. Once again, another issue with the Silverado. And again, I'll say that there are videos on YouTube to do this procedure, but this is going to be my version because I have a 4.8 Stepside, which is, I wouldn't say a rare truck, but I don't see hardly any of these on the road anymore. So you can see the power steering pump is down low, and it is attached to this large aluminum bracket that the alternator also mounts on top of. So the plan is to get the alternator off, disconnect the lines from the power steering pump, and then unbolt the bracket from the engine block and lift it out all together. And then we're gonna put a pulley puller on the pump and see if we can get that off and then reverse the process. So let's get to it. And the first thing you got to do is remove some items on top. I'm gonna have to get the air intake off, fan shroud. So there's some clamps here at either end. Those come off, and then we got some body bolt, sort of like push-in fasteners here and here for each side, and there's a bolt holding on each end right here. This should take the top half of the fan shroud off, and we're gonna have to take the serpentine belt off, which ain't gonna be hard. Just loose, take the tension off the idler wheel and be able to snake that right on off. I'm going to zoom in on this thing for those of you who have this. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube about replacing one of these power steering pumps, and I guarantee I have not seen a version yet that has to deal with this problem. There is, you can see that bolt right there, okay? There is like a sub bracket coming off of that to either the back of the pump or the back of this aluminum bracket here, and that's got to come out in order to get the power steering pump out or this bracket out or whatever. Okay, now I got that bolt out. You can see the sub bracket that's behind the power steering pump. There's two what looks like bolts on the back. This is catching on stuff. Hard for me to lift it up out, so these got to come off as well. I'm going to show you this because I'm just finding out that my truck's a lot different than any other videos I've seen on YouTube. So once you get this bracket broke off, well, not broke off, but broke loose from the engine, you're still going to have your lines attached, and you can kind of drag it up and lift it by one hand. As you can see, this loose, right? And I already got it off. That's the high pressure feed, and it goes right into there. So just saying that you can kind of finagle this up here a little bit, and it is recommended to use a line wrench. If you don't got them, get them. It's a 5/8. So you get that off, and now I'm going to get the low pressure line off, and then I should be able to finagle this whole deal out of here and start working on getting the pulley off. Finally got it out. And since this pump is blown and that low pressure line was giving me so much shit, I just sawzalled it off. Also, in the other videos, this right here is being used to hold back like a bundle of wires or something like that, so something to watch out for. Moving on to the next step, let's see if we can get the pulley off. Okay, I got the pulley puller on it into my vise. I got it broke loose and it seems to be coming off. There we go. All right. So there's actually 3 bolts holding this on the mount. And this one is for that wire bracket that was giving me so much shit. Okay, we got things cleaned up a little bit. So we got a little grease on the shaft. I'm gonna set this on here. Make sure it'll clear the vise, which it ain't looking like it's gonna do. So there's the installer. Okay. All right. Now we're going to need different tools. We got the pump back on the aluminum mount, and I got the high pressure feed going in there. And so what I want to point out is this mount right here, which may or may not be on your truck. If it is, don't throw away the old pump straight off. The new one came with these 2 mounting points here and here, and each one had like a built-up spacer behind it. So I put this on, I go to put it on the truck, and I can't get the 3 bolts that go into the cylinder head here to line up and start, because this is unlevel. Because you may have to use one of the old studs off your old pump and replace it with another one to make sure this is level. It won't go. So don't throw nothing away until the job's all done, in case you got to do that stuff. continuing on. So I got it on. I'll show you that bolt again. This one right here. This is the one I talked about previously. The back of the pump. It was keeping this whole aluminum mount from aligning the 3 mounting holes for the cylinder head to get this mounted back in the truck. Once I switched that out, it was dead balls on. It worked. So got it on. I'm gonna put the fan shroud and the intake back on and make sure everything's good to go. Put the battery back in it and fire it up and put some fluid in it and see if we got some power steering back. So I got it all together and working. Did a little flush, which is hard to do in my confined space, but it's pretty much got 75% brand new fluid in it for now. Wheels turning easy. I ain't hearing any noise. A little bit, but I think that's air working out. So, I mean, it's working super smooth. Okay, I guess I'll call it a wrap. I'll put a link at the end of this video with another video of this job being done. You can check that out and compare. Probably lead you to other sources as well. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in.